Welcome back to Project Healthy Schools. Today's lesson is called Get the Beat. So we're going to be talking a lot about our heart and how important it is to our body. We're also going to be talking about how important physical activity is for our overall health. So before we get started, let's review a little bit of what you already know about the heart. Well, hopefully you know that the heart is a very, very important organ in our body, and it's located in our chest. Does anybody know what kind of tissue our heart's made of? Well, you might be surprised to find out that the heart is a muscle. It is just like any other muscle in your body, but it's made out of a different kind of muscle tissue than the rest of our muscles. But it acts the same way. It needs to continue to pump throughout our life to keep us alive. Now, the heart is about the size of your fist. So if everybody makes a fist, that gives you an idea about about what size your heart is. It's located somewhere near the center of your chest and slightly to the left, right? But what does our heart do for our body? Can anybody tell me some of the functions? Well, it pumps blood, and the importance of that is that the blood carries oxygen and nutrients to other parts of our body. It's the center of the body's transit system. So it's what kind of runs all of the transportation that happens in our body, all the important things that move throughout our body, whether it be vitamins, minerals, oxygen, all the nutrients in the food we eat, all of that stuff is transported because our heart pumps blood through our body, and then the blood returns and gets replenished and gets sent out again. It refreshes our cells with oxygen and energy, which is really important. If we didn't have that constant circulation, our cells wouldn't be able to thrive and continue to provide us with energy every day. And it takes away waste, so things like carbon dioxide, things like that. The heart is responsible for that whole circulatory system. So as we already mentioned, the heart is a muscle. And I think there's a pretty good argument to say that it's probably the most important muscle in our body. Now, a muscle needs to contract and to help us move. Now, the heart needs to contract to pump the blood throughout our body. So it needs to continue to do this throughout our life. But how many times a day does the heart have to pump? Well, let's do a quick math problem. The average heart beats between 60 and 100 beats per minute, depending on who you are. So for the sake of our math problem, let's say that our heart beats once every second. So 60 times every minute. So let's do some math. There are 60 minutes in 1 hour, and there's 24 hours in 1 day. So we know if we do that math, we know that there are 1,440 minutes in a day. Since we know that for every minute the heart beats 60 times, we can calculate 60 times 1,440. And that equals 86,000 times per day. So our heart beats between 86,000 and up to 144,000 times per day. That means that every single day of our life, our heart has to be working. And that's why we need to take care of our heart. And that's why it's the most important muscle in our body.